presented by Hyundai, and it comes your way live from Studio J in Atlanta, also known as the TNT Arena. Ernie Johnson, Chris Webber, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, the Hornets. Winners of their first two on the road. 108-95, did not trail in this game after jumping out to a 9-0 and 14-2 lead. Got close there in the fourth quarter. It was 83-80, and then they outscored them 25-15 the rest of the way. Some clutch three-point shooting down the stretch by New Orleans. I know when we were talking earlier, you're not totally sold on New Orleans as being, I guess, a championship contender. Does anything you saw tonight sway you at all, C-Web?
Yeah, I mean, the way they play, I don't want to just jump on the bandwagon, so I'm going to keep this all year. But the way when Peja got hurt and didn't come back in, they still continued to play. Chris Paul, it's his fault I don't believe in the team because he is so good. He is so good that I'm thinking one thing happens to him, 1 minute he's out, kind of like Phoenix with Nash. If he has to be out a few minutes, that just kind of makes me cautious. But I know how good they are, and I see it, but I just worry about the future.
See, I think one thing you're not looking at is that all of their players around them do something really, really well.
Right.
See, and I think that's the difference. They're great in one area. Tyson Chandler is a great rebounder.
Block shot,
and block shot.
Right.
David West is a great scorer, not just a good. Mo Peterson is a really, really good shooter.
Definitely.
So, Peja is a great shooter.
Definitely.
So what happens is, no matter what, Chris Paul plays like he does, but those guys are specialty guys, and they're not good in those areas. They're great in those areas.
I'm trying to figure out if you're deep in thought or if
I'm
you're
deep
sleeping
in
or what.
thought. I'm trying to figure out my mind. We took Michael Jordan off the Bulls with they being good. Is that your theory?
No. But you think the Bulls? Okay, even the Bulls had actually a pretty good year that year he left, but they didn't have enough guys who were great in a lot of areas. Scotty was still a great all-around player, but you went down the line; those guys were just good.
Yeah,
Peja. Let me ask you this guys in the league that shoot better than.
Let me ask you this question.
Two guys in the league that rebound better than Tyson Chandler.
Look, you look at the Bulls. You take away Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. You take away Chris Paul and David West. Who's got better players?
New Orleans.
Y'all teaming up on me right now. It's kind of like last year when you said that Kobe's team was the best team you'd ever played with.
This Lakers team got a chance of being. They got a chance of being.
I agree with you.
A dynasty.
I agree with you.
If Andrew Bynum keep getting better,
yeah,
and Kobe keeps motivated, they could be scary. Like Katie said last night. The Lakers are the present and Portland's the future? No, the Lakers the future.
The Lakers are the future.
Yeah, it's Nate McMillan who said that. The Lakers are the present, they're the future. Anyway, all that talk about James Posey, and he came up huge in this game, as you will see, as Chris Paul leads the guys out there in Phoenix.
You know who he is? James Posey. He's the new Robert Horry. Yeah, he's the new Robert Horry.
You saw Morris Peterson knock down the three. Steve Nash gets teed up, and Chris Paul for three just before the half, and they're up 56-44.
I know what he was saying to Terry Porter.
What's that?
How the hell am I going to guard Chris Paul?
He's not the only one who says it. There's Nash driving and drawing the foul. Peja. He's kind of open out there. And
great shooter, Chris.
Okay, Kenny, I got a point. The fact that Chris keeps the ball in his hands, which he has to,
right?
By him being the ultimate head of the monster, having the ball in his hands so much, I just fear that if he can't have the ball in his hands, if something ever happened, who would be their primary ball handler?
But, I mean, that's like saying, how can you keep the ball out of Steve Nash's hand? How can you keep it out of Jason Kidd?
Right.
Those things don't happen. And barring injury, they are a legit contender.
But you can say that
because he does this. He gets into the lane.
And also, you can say that about any team who lose their best player. They're not going to be the same.
No, you're right, Charles. I guess that they haven't done enough for me.
You don't think they're good enough, period.
Let's just get it right. We're going off one playoff series. Yeah. And they had the incredible year by Chris.
But they had the third best record in the NBA last year. They were one game away from having the home court in the Western Conference
all the way through.
And that's pretty damn impressive.
Now, you saw those highlights, and you saw Rasul Butler hit a three. You did not see in the highlights any of the threes that James Posey did hit, but he was big in the fourth quarter, had 13 points, 3 out of 5 from beyond the arc, and a short time ago he talked to Craig Sager.
Well, the New Orleans Hornets off to a great start, opening on the road with wins at Golden State, then at Phoenix. The newcomer, James Posey, to this team, obviously playing well again tonight. What do you like about this team?
Just their attitude when they approach the game. You know, they're committed to winning. They have that competitive nature, and they're young and a lot of energy.
You bring experience and championships to this team. You got a couple of rings. What did you tell them about what it takes to be an NBA champion?
We have to be focused. Every game, you know, it's not sneaking up on anybody anymore. So we have to go out and attack the game. We can't wait for anybody. We have to go out there and make a statement ourselves. And coming in, they want to emphasis on defense, and that's what we're trying to do. You know, we still got a lot of work to do, but we're going to get there. You
could have defended your title with the Boston Celtics, but instead you came to New Orleans. Why? Why the Hornets?
Just the nature of the business, and you see the business side of it, but, you know, coming here is a great opportunity for the team with their accomplishments the past couple of years. And, you know, just the opportunity to win again. And, you know, just so happy it will be with a new team. And, you know, that was my concern and my focus coming here.
It's usually a transition period, yet you seem to be blending in so well, especially with Chris Paul. He's such a great point guard. What's it like to play with him, and why do you seem to be open and in the right place at the right time?
He's a great point guard because he creates for himself, and it opens, you know, the avenues for the other players on the team. You know, he puts everybody in position. I'm still trying to learn the offense, so he tells me to get on one side. I go over there, and he finds me sometime. But if not, he finds, you know, Rasul or Page or things like that. So I'm just trying to get on the same page offensively, and defensively just trying to bring that energy and that focus on that end.
All the coaches we talked to have had James Posey go, he's the ultimate team player. He does everything to help the team. How did you develop that attitude, and what do you think your role is with this team?
It's about winning, and at the end of the day, I'm trying to win, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, you know, and that's just my style, you know, the attack, you know, dive on the floor, take charges and things like that, and that's my role. I accept it, and I do it the best I can.
He won a title last year with the Boston Celtics. He's on the undefeated Hornets now after a 2-0 start. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me.
The Hornets had been stone cold in the fourth quarter, nearly half of the fourth quarter without a basket, and then James Posey really kick-started them, hit the three-pointer to make it 86-80. And then Butler hit and Posey hit another one, and it was over. You had your hand up as you were listening to James Posey talk, and what did you have on your mind?
You know, we talk a lot about Chris Paul and James Posey and all their players. We've got to start giving Byron Scott some credit.
Coach of the year last year.
What now?
Coach of the year last year.
I know that, but I'm saying, like, they gave him Coach of the Year because they had a great year. But, you know, he took the New Jersey Nets to the finals back-to-back years. He turned around this New Orleans team. We've got to start giving him credit as one of the best coaches in this league.
And also, he's a made man in basketball. He's off of you guys, you know, pedigree, playing with Magic, winning championships. And he coached me in Sacramento. He was an assistant coach. And hearing the stories that he had, he still can play, still athletic. And I know he relates, just being a player, he relates very good from a coach to a player standpoint. We really love to play for him, and I can see that translating, even though I don't believe in this team right now.
Now, what do you make of the Suns at this point?
Well, they're going to be, first of all, they're going to be inconsistent. Like I said, Kenny hit it on their bench. To me, is not very good, and to me it comes down to Amari and Boris Diaw, because obviously Shaq at 35 is on the downside, Steve Nash at 35 is on the downside. So then it comes down to young players. They don't have enough on the bench, but Amari Stoudemire is one of the most talented players in this league. Boris Diaw is a teaser to me. When I say a teaser, he's one of those guys like, he'll have one great game, he'll have two bad games. You're like, wow, he's going to be a great player. Then he'll have two more bad games and he'll have another great. I hate those teaser guys. But the Suns are going to go as far as Amari and Boris Diaw can take them.
And I agree with Chuck. The measuring stick for everyone, even in Boston Celtics, because they're a little bit older team, the measuring sticks are the Los Angeles Lakers. You have to be able to match up. When we were playing, the measuring stick were the Boston Celtics, the Detroit Pistons, the Chicago Bulls. The measuring stick right now is the Los Angeles Lakers. And the way they are able to have so many guys coming at you, you have to have depth on your team, and that's what the Phoenix Suns don't have. So if you put Lamar Odom on your bench, not only – and the thing about bringing Lamar on the bench, what I thought – Chris and guys, was he made five other guys better.